This is actually why most founders stay stuck. Most founders don't have sales skills, most founders don't take sales calls, and most founders don't have sales systems in place. And here's the problem, you will never grow or scale your business without these things in place. Eventually your competitors will come into your market and they will take your market share. When you don't know how to take sales calls, you will always lose to a competitor who does take sales calls. So when you have a competitor who understands sales, you have to understand they will win a larger percentage of the same market, they will get more revenue per client, and with those two, they will make more money and they will outspend you on marketing and eventually dilute your position within the market. And this leads me on to most founders, they just want to hire a closer to come and do all the business, or they want to hire a lead gen agency to get all the leads and get all their business, run all their ads, close all their deals, whatever it is. They don't want to improve their own sales skills. You have to understand, you must understand how your business eats. Otherwise, you will forever be dependent on someone else to feed your business. Do you really want to give away that amount of control in your business where you have to depend on someone else to give you scraps to feed on? Or do you want to go out and hunt? What do you want to be, a hyena or a lion? You must learn sales. You must learn how your business eats. You must learn what works. You must learn how to generate leads. How do you expect to scale if you don't know what works? How do you expect to bring someone in sales? You don't know if they're good or not because you don't even know sales. And remember, you will lose 99% of the time to your competitors who do know how to close. So we're just going to go through a few different things about what the problem is and how to fix it. So the first step you need to put into place is a sales call. A two-step sales call. Number one is a discovery. You're just on the call asking the questions to the prospect, finding out if there's even a need there. The second one is just a demo and close. That's it. You may see people online saying, oh, I don't take sales calls. I'm not taking sales calls. If they have success with that, it's because they have a massive brand and they'd still make more money if they took sales calls. But that's up to them. It's the way they operate their business. The largest founders, business owners in the online space still take sales calls. Alex Hormozi takes sales calls. Charlie Morgan's big in the UK. He takes sales calls. Not him personally, but his brand. So you need to take sales calls. The next thing is a systems problem. So many founders, they don't have a system in place when it comes to sales. What this means is you can't diagnose weak areas. You can't make incremental improvements because you don't know what parts of the system is broken and what needs to be improved. There's a base, and every day, every week, from the data we get to that system, we can make adjustments and improve. That's the only way. We can only improve when we have a baseline. If we don't have a baseline, we can't improve because we don't know what that baseline of data is. And if you don't have a system in place, how do you expect to bring someone else in and for them to work in sales and scale your business with no system in place? Especially if you don't know what works. How do you expect someone else to come in and know what works? You can't scale something you don't understand. So I want you to understand that they say you can't lead a horse to water and make it drink. But what you can do is you can put the conditions in place to increase the probability that that horse drinks water. You can salt its food, you can, I know it sounds gruesome, but you can stab it and bleed it out. You can pull its tongue out and put it next to cold water and leave it outside in the hot desert. That would increase the chances that the horse drinks. And sales is the same. We want to increase the probability of our environment that the client will buy. So how do we do that? Just put a CRM in place. Put a CRM in place where you can track the different parts of the buyer in his journey, and then you know what the weak areas are. Put a sales script in place. I see so many people who don't know how to sell, try and sell scriptlessly, if that's even a word, without a script. And I just see the calls go terribly wrong. At least if you have a script for your own business, the first benefit is you're always realigning yourself with the sale. So it happens quite a lot in sales, especially if you're a beginner or you're newer to sales and you don't have much experience, or maybe you're experienced but you're just not good at sales. you can just end up down these random rabbit holes. A script will allow you to stay aligned about what you're actually there to do, and you can just follow that script. And the second benefit of following a script is when you bring in a closer, when you bring in sales, you can get them to follow the same script, which you would have known if it's working or not, because when you implement that script, you have a base, and if it's not performing, you tweak it, and every day you're chiseling away at that script until you've got this beautiful sculptured script. You know it works because you've sold with it, and then you can bring it on. When you bring on a closer, when you bring in someone within sales, you can get them to follow the script. And that is how you scale sales with a system. If you don't do this, you'll be stuck closing. Remember, when you have systems in place, when you understand what works, when you have scripts, when you have systems to follow, like I said, you're basically taking your brain and all of your experience and you're dumping it out. Otherwise, your expertise only live inside your head. And that means nobody can replace you in any part of the business. And sales, if you can replace yourself in sales, that's it. That's when the business can really grow and become something of substance for a founder. If every sale depends on you showing up, you'll never scale to where you want to get to. So the solution is simple. Learn how to sell, learn how your business eats, systemize the whole process, then bring people in and scale. If you don't do this, your competitors will.